Yeah.
Hey guys, today I am thankful to be able to bring you my final review for the 2023 Best Picture nominees. Today we will be talking about Triangle of Sadness, directed by Ruben Östlund, starring Dickinson, Charlbi Dean, Dali De Leon, Zanko de Burke, Woody Harrelson, and many, many others. Nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. Triangle of Sadness is a satire about the overconsumption of the rich, the pettiness, the entitlement, and everything in between, all done on this one cruise ship, and we explore the dynamics between these characters and their social hierarchy. Now, this honestly was the biggest surprise when I saw the Best Picture nominees, and honestly the biggest surprise in the Best Director category, Ruben Östlund snagging that 5th nomination spot that a lot of people thought was going to go to either James Cameron or Sarah Polley. There were so many names you could have thrown into the mix, but no, he ended up getting the 5th slot. And though a lot of people assumed that this is going to get Best Original Screenplay, they were right on the money with that. So naturally, with all that being said, I was very, very excited to hear about this. It won the Palme d'Or, and we've been seeing movies that have either been in contention for the Palme d'Or or movies that have won the Palme d'Or getting nominated or winning Best Picture in the case of Drive My Car and Parasite, respectively. So I definitely like that the Academy's taste is lining up a lot more with the international, probably the biggest international film festival there is, but not on this movie. Honestly, if it were up to me, throw this and Elvis out of Best Picture. This, I cannot understand the praise that is being thrown at this movie, seemingly unanimously, though I know the reviews are somewhat just generally positive. Letterboxd, it's a little bit higher, but I just don't understand, what it is about this film that makes people love it so much. Because honestly, I think that this is a film that would have won Best Picture in the 1930s. Now, obviously, not thematically speaking or what they talk about, but I just feel like a film that has not aged well at all. And this just came out last year. People had thrown the criticism at Glass Onion that it is an obvious satire about a lot of things, and it certainly is obvious. You get what they're saying, but this is so obvious to the point where it's mind-numbing. And it just feels so almost unrealistic, the critiques they're making. Not to say that they aren't all warranted, but it just feels kind of exaggerated just for dramatic tension. And just so let's just show how terrible these rich people are. Not all rich people are that horrible, right? And I just feel like there's not a single voice in the movie that even counters this argument or at least puts them in their place. And yes, there's the Dali De Leon character who, she really gives a very commanding performance and obviously was in contention to be nominated for Best Supporting Actress but missed out. And she seemed to be the one where it's okay, we're finally putting these people in their place. And then there's some stuff that happens with her character where I'm not really sure, if I'm supposed to root for anyone in this movie. So I'm what's the point of this damn movie? It's literally nothing that I couldn't come up with myself. I don't know if that's a compliment or, I don't know. It really is just such an obvious movie to me on so many levels. It's so surface level. It doesn't dive in at all. It just basically kind of shows these people going about their shenanigans, and it doesn't have any overarching narrative arc, really. I don't think so at all. And it's every single decision they make is okay, they're going to do this, and then this is going to happen. It's it's so obvious. Sure, there's a few twists and turns along the way, but it just had me rolling my eyes to how painfully they were attempting to make each point. Especially, it honestly reminded me of Crash. And nobody remembers that being a good movie. Honestly, Crash is probably better. It's very, very well structured, whether you like that movie or not. But I cannot say the same for Triangle of Sadness. It honestly just falls flat on its face. And of course, I mean, the cast is great. Of course, Harrison Dickinson, I think, gives a really good performance. I already talked about Dolly De Leon. She's definitely a standout. The late Charlbi Dean, who sadly passed away at such a young age after this movie came out. So tragic, but she really had a bright career ahead of her, and she has some great comedic timing. She really brings a lot of charisma to the screen and also makes you like kind of hate her at the same time. Of course, Woody Harrelson is so fun in this movie as always. He was one of the highlights, but I just feel like a lot of these decisions that these characters made absolutely no sense at all. Even if you are a rich person, it's not like every entitled person goes around doing things to this extent. With this level of grandeur and incompetency. I really don't feel like this movie is any kind of semblance of a real satire at all. And I just feel like it's structured so poorly. And the ending, honestly, is so confusing to me. Like, I don't know what they were going for with that ending. I don't know how it ties into the thesis of the movie. It's just very abrupt, and it's very unnatural. Just like the entirety of this film. I did not like this movie at all. I do not know what the hell people are seeing in this movie, really. I just think that there's so many better social satires out there that can talk about these issues in a much better and in a much more profound and enlightened way. I just feel like this is very surface level as it gets. I do not know why the hell this is in Best Director. Throw Östlund out. I do not know what happened. When it came to the director's branch this year. There's so many other better directed movies, but apparently this one made the cut. So, whatever. I'm going to give this a 5.5 out of 10. Really, if you want to see all the Best Picture nominees, go ahead and watch it. But I'd say don't waste your time with this. I probably do like it slightly more than Elvis, so I gave it the same score. Because let's be honest, Östlund's not as obtrusive of a director as Baz Luhrmann. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you thought about Triangle of Sadness. Do you think I'm way off base here? I don't. I really don't understand like why people are singing praises of this movie. And this movie is not going to age. This movie is going to age like milk. I really feel like it will, and it has. So, yeah, guys, if you liked this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Going to bring more reviews to you very soon of Cocaine Bear. Yes, that's going to be the next one on the chopping block, and stay tuned in the series of the top 100 greatest films of all time. We obviously just showed the second episode yesterday, and we're going to move on to the third next week, so you don't want to miss that. And of course, until then, I will see you guys later. Take it easy now.